Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how you need to stop being accessible to everyone. Everyone just having access to you responding quickly to everyone, but they aren't reciprocating the same amount of effort, urgency, and priority. This is something that I personally struggled with. Like for some whatever freaking reason, I've always been the type to respond really quickly, text really fast, just really on it when it comes to reaching out, engaging, and keeping the conversation going with the other person, with the other party, whether it's a romantic relationship, friendship, friend, whatever. It doesn't matter. I've always been, very accessible to everyone. Whenever they needed me, I would respond, I would help ASAP, I would prioritize them, I would have that urgency for them. And there's people that don't prioritize me. There's people that aren't accessible for me. There's people that put me on the back burner while I put them on the front burner. And that's something that you will definitely learn in your life. I know that I had learned that the hard way, and I realized that especially with dating. I saw it a lot where I was noticing that I was prioritizing the other person more than they were prioritizing me. And it's kind of like if he wanted to, he would type thing, right? Like people make time and make effort for the people that they want to make time and effort for. And people will prioritize you if they determine that you are a priority to them. And it sucks when you are that type of person to always be the one that's urgent with it, that prioritizes the other person, that responds really fast. And in the end, it kind of makes you look like you care more and you do more than the other person. But yeah, that will definitely mess you up. And I used to think that it was not a bad thing, and that if I was that type of person that would be accessible to everyone for everyone, that it was just who I am. It's the kind of heart that I have. It's how much I care, all this shit. But in reality, that needs to be scaled back 1000%, because you just can't be accessible to everyone. Because especially people that don't prioritize you, at what point are you losing your value as your own person? I feel like my nose is running. What the fuck? Being too accessible for people is definitely going to diminish your value for sure. And it just drains you because you feel like you're the only one that's showing urgency and showing that you're prioritizing another person. Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's not healthy. We gotta find that healthy balance of being able to respond in a healthy way without it stealing your peace, without it minimizing your value. And that was my biggest thing. I have a big heart. I care. I try to prioritize people that I care about and I love and I like or whatever. But when they're not reciprocating that same energy and that same level of care and priority, and that's when you need to take a step back. And you know what's so weird? Yeah, take a step back. I tend to do this a lot. I tend to talk and then I don't finish my sentences. I realized that watching back my old videos. Scale it back. Kind of match people's energy to an extent. It's not good to be right there and ready when someone needs you, but when you need them, they're not quick to hop up for you. Don't let people take advantage of you. I know that we have big hearts and we care a lot, but we gotta really watch how accessible we are to people, because people will take full advantage of that. They will think, oh, this person is always gonna be answering my text, or this person is always gonna be available for me. This person is always gonna come through for me. And then that's when they start taking advantage of you. And there's a fine line between being kind and being taken advantage of. It's very easy to start taking advantage of someone that can do something for you and take advantage of someone that's kind, that's gonna come through for you. And it's really fucked up if you're the type of person that knows that somebody is like this and you take advantage of them. To me, that's sick. That's not nice. That's not a good thing to do. And you're a weirdo if you do that. Taking advantage of people's kindness and using people. I feel like I have a big heart and I care too much. I love too hard and I go all in and I go balls out for people. But a lot of people are just talkers. They don't come through for me. They don't prioritize me. They don't treat me with urgency. They don't prioritize me. It took a while for me to realize that, because I used to justify like, oh, maybe they're busy. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Maybe I'm just being too sensitive, but like justifying it when clearly, blatantly, they just don't give a fuck. And that is the truth. And I used to get so drained over saying yes, coming through for people, putting my feelings, my energy level, my social battery on the back burner just so I can please the other person. This also ties into people pleasing. When you're too accessible, people take full advantage of you, even in friendships, in family members. When you're too kind, they start taking advantage, they start expecting, and then when you can't come through, they talk shit, they get mad. It's very weird. I found myself drained, super drained mentally, emotionally, and I'm like, why am I agreeing to do all of this? Why am I going out of my way? Why am I prioritizing this person? They wouldn't do the same for me. So I finally learned and realized that I was just being too accessible to everyone. Put my feelings aside, put my energy levels, put my social battery, put my shit that I needed to get done for the day just so I can help the other person, basically. That definitely stopped. I woke the fuck up and I realized that I was just being too accessible. Even with dating, being intimate with other people, like just being too there for people that weren't even worth it. So I'm glad that I realized that and I set boundaries and I put my foot down and I stopped putting myself in that situation where I'm super drained because I was being taken advantage of. I was being too accessible. And that's the best thing that I could have done for myself in my life, my mental health, my peace, my sanity. So if you're ever the person that you find yourself agreeing a little too much for other people, coming through a little too hard, doing too much for somebody, they're texting you when they have the time while you're texting them on your time where you don't even have free time. You're just texting them, but they only text you when it's convenient for them. Fuck that shit. Don't be too nice. Don't be too accessible. Just stop. I know you have a big heart. We love people with big hearts, but be very sparse with it and give that to people that are worthy and deserving. Yeah, it sucks that we have to be this way, that we have to limit our hearts, we have to limit our care, we have to limit our efforts. But this is the type of world that we live in, and we have to set these boundaries. We have to put our foot down. We have to set these boundaries for ourselves. And we will be much happier, live a more peaceful and sane life. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, give it a thumbs up. Check out my other videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Mwah.